Many thanks for joining us again on the newsroom. President Muhammadu Buhari has requested the approval of the Senate for the confirmation of 42 ambassadorial nominees. One of the nominees from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, was appointed as career ambassador, while the rest are non-career nominees. Some of the non-career nominees are former Minister Ademola Seriki of Lagos, Debo Adesina of Oyo State, Dari Sunday Awuni for Kogi State, amongst others. The President, in another letter, asked the upper chamber to confirm the appointment of 3 nominees as commissioners in the Federal Civil Service Commission. Buhari, yet in another letter, sought the approval of the Senate for the appointment of a Federal Commissioner for the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission. The Federal High Court in Abuja has rejected the bail applications filed by kidnap kingpin Hamisubala, also known as Wadume, and 6 others. Justice Bintan Yako, in her ruling on the defendant's application, ordered them to be immediately moved from the custody of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad of the police to the Kuje Correctional Facility in Abuja. The judge ruled that there was no reason to grant the defendants bail while the case was already being given an accelerated hearing. Wadume was first arrested in Ibi, Taraba State in August last year by policemen from the Intelligence Response Team of the Inspector General of Police. While he was being conveyed to Abuja, soldiers led by Captain Tijani Balarabe shot at the convoy, killing 3 of the policemen before freeing Wadume from custody. He was later rearrested for interrogation before he was charged along with others in February this year. Former Lagos State Governor Akimo Miyamoti has won the primary election conducted by the APC to choose a candidate to replace deceased federal lawmaker Bayo Oshinowo. Oshinowo, who represented Lagos East, died from COVID-19 complications 2 weeks ago, leaving his seat at the Senate vacant. Other contestants at the primaries include former lawmaker Gbenga Ashafa, former Lagos Speaker Adeyemi Ikuforoji, and Abike Dabiri Erewa. Ambode ruled Lagos for a single 4-year term between 2015 and 2019. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) has won all 16 chairmanship and 168 councillorship positions in Taraba State. The election, which held on Tuesday, was boycotted by the All Progressives Congress (APC) and witnessed quite a low turnout. Governor Darius Ishaku, who also took part in the voting process, expressed satisfaction with the conduct of the council election, describing it as peaceful. The Kogi State government has responded to the attack at the Federal Medical Center, which led to the destruction of some properties at the facility on Wednesday. Gunmen reportedly attacked the medical center in Lokoja, the state capital, disrupting a COVID-19 press conference and carted away laptops and valuable documents. But in a statement, Kingsley Fanwo, Commissioner of Information and Communication, said the incident was a protest by relatives of patients abandoned by the staff of the hospital, including a pregnant woman who was left to deliver her baby at the hospital entrance. Fanwo further explained that tension had started building in the state when patients and their relatives learned of a plan by the medical staff to stage a protest seeking protection from COVID-19. The government said it will carry out further investigations to ascertain the cause of the breach of peace by the protesters and also address their fears. We'll take a break here to bring you more stories. Don't go away.
Hello, I'm Dr. Taufik Adeyemi, consultant orthopedic spine surgeon at National Orthopedic Hospital, Unveil, Lagos. I'm here on the platform of Scoliosis Focus Initiative program on World Scoliosis Day. Scoliosis is an abnormal sideway curvature of the spine with some rotation. These patients present with uneven shoulders, a hump in the back, and uneven pelvis. Majority of these cases are painless. Up to 5% of our population have scoliosis, and majority of them are idiopathic, meaning that the cause is unknown. You need a thorough history examination with quality X-ray to make an assessment. Your doctor will advise you on the best treatment modality for your child. Scoliosis Focus Initiative is organizing a 2-week free online consultation to help you during this COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you.
On TV360, we don't just ask the questions.
What is wrong with amending the Constitution the way the National Assembly members have been doing it?
We seek answers.
The Constitution is constituent. Our problem is not lack of laws. Our problem is lack of the willpower to implement our laws.
Answers that provide clarity.
While we negotiate, we should try to make it a point that the girls must be complete.
The clarity you need to make informed judgment so that you can make the right decision and take action.
People are saying it is you politicians that are responsible for this, that you are the reason why this is happening.
All these dollars that call themselves governors in this country.
I wish we had people like Tony at the National Assembly.
God forbid that I go to join that
TV360, providing clarity to issues.
Welcome back, and now to update on our COVID-19 coverage. Chairman of Jos North Local Government Area of Plateau State, Shehu Bala Usman, has ordered the closure of a primary health care clinic at Ongwa Rimi community of the Kansu area. The closure of the clinic followed the infection of no fewer than 3 members of staff with COVID-19 after their test results were confirmed positive by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control. The Senior Information Officer of Jos North Local Government Area, Philip Ekmong, confirmed the development in a statement on Wednesday. He said the primary healthcare clinic has now been sealed. Meanwhile, the 3 infected persons have been quarantined for proper treatment, while the remaining 12 people who tested negative have gone into self-isolation. Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okowa and his wife have tested positive for COVID-19. Governor Okowa announced this on Twitter on Wednesday. Via his verified handle, the governor wrote that he and his wife are well and have continued isolating and currently under medication. He thanks the people of Delta for their continued prayers for him and his family, particularly his daughter. Delta State have recorded 965 confirmed cases of COVID-19 since it recorded its first case on April 8, 2020. The Ekiti State government says worship centers across the state will be reopened from July 17, subject to the implementation of new protocols. Kayode Ifeanyi, governor of the state, announced this in a statewide broadcast. He said the decision to reopen mosques for Jumat service on July 17, while churches from July 18 and 19, is based on agreement between the state government and religious leaders. The governor also explained that the new protocol for the reopening of worship centers include issuance of a certificate of readiness, provision of hand-washing items, and compliance with social distancing directives. He said any worship center that violates the laid-down protocol would be shot and the cleric prosecuted. More than 100 people have tested positive for coronavirus in India after attending a wedding and then the funeral of the groom, who reportedly tied the knot while ill with the disease. Officials in Bihar State said on Wednesday the 26-year-old groom had symptoms of the virus when he got married on June 15. He died 2 days later. Doctors are not certain the unnamed groom was the source of the infection, as he was cremated before tests could be carried out. But Chaudhry said around 400 people who attended the wedding or funeral would be isolated following a spurt in infections. We'll take a break here to bring you more stories. Stay with us. Welcome back. Oil prices rose on Wednesday, improving factory activity in China and drawdown in U.S. crude inventories, both indicating an economic recovery and rise in energy demand despite surging coronavirus infections around the world. Brent crude was up 90 cents to $42.17 a barrel, while U.S. crude was up by 90 cents as well to $40.17 a barrel. According to data released by the American Petroleum Institute API late on Wednesday, U.S. crude and gasoline stock fell more than expected last week. Sentiments also boosted by signs that China's factories gathered steam in June after the government lifted lockdown measures. All retail outlets across Japan have begun charging customers for the use of plastic bags. It means anyone who shops at convenience stores, supermarkets, or shops where single-use plastic bags were previously distributed free of charge with purchases will now have to pay at least 3 yen for such bags. The new requirement is an attempt by the government to reduce the amount of plastics and end up in the country's rivers and surrounding oceans. According to the United Nations, Japan produces more plastic packaging waste per capita than any nation apart from the USA. With the new measure, Japan has vowed to curb excessive use of plastic and think about how to use it wisely. Chelsea have unveiled their new home kit for the 2020-2021 season. The new shirt marks the start of the club's partnership with telecommunication company 3 as the Blues' relationship with Yokohama Tires came to an end on Tuesday. The Blues will launch the new kit for the first time in their Premier League clash against West Hampton tonight and also for the remainder of the season. Chelsea still has 7 Premier League games, an FA Cup semi-final against Manchester United and their Champions League last 16 leg against Bayern Munich to play this season. And that's the latest from the newsroom. Many thanks for joining. Bye for now.